Yeah. This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
Let's go!
Hey everybody.
Hi guys.
We're on holidays at the moment.
Oh, I'm loving it.
And
Sick.
loving it.
We've gotten a collection of some of the finest work that we've done throughout the year. Oh, guys.
And then we padded it out with some rubbish.
Don't undersell it, no.
Yeah.
Don't undersell it.
And this, of course, being a live broadcast. Today's best bits are all about...
From the Vault 2014.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Oh my God, right to the point you are.
Enjoy.
This is Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
Good news, everybody. The movie Bad Neighbours is out. The star, of course, is none other than Seth Rogan, and he joins us now. Hi, Seth.
Hello.
Seth.
How are you, buddy?
Bad Neighbours.
I'm great. How are you?
Oh, yeah, we're good.
We're great.
Bad Neighbours, funniest movie of 2014. Hilarious.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you.
I love the combination of you and Rose Byrne. We obviously love her because she's an Australian, but you guys hit it off brilliantly in the movie. Great partnership.
Thank you. Yeah, it was so much fun to work with her. She's so funny, and I think we made a good imaginary movie couple.
Yes, you
You
did.
certainly did. My favourite line, I'm not going to say it out loud because I'd get in big trouble, but it's where you're musing over what the baby's first word might be.
While she's on the screen.
Yeah.
Laughed out loud.
Because it's one of those movies, Seth, that I was thinking, I hope all the funny parts aren't in the,
the
trailer,
trailer.
and it's not.
We cannot put nearly remotely the funny
I
parts in the trailer.
And so, hey, is Australia the only place that it's called Bad Neighbours?
No, all over Europe, it's called Bad Neighbors also.
Is that because of Neighbours, Our Neighbours?
The TV show here.
I'm just going to say yes to make you guys feel good. I don't know.
You're lovely.
You know what? I was thinking of the idea of having a sorority group move in next to me. It sounds like fun, to be honest.
It at first would be, I think. And then inevitably it would be a nightmare.
Yeah, and sorority group's a little bit different to a
Because
group.
that's the
Sean.
girls.
the girls
girls having
involved.
pillow
Okay.
fights mainly.
Well, yeah, tell me that that's a wrong thing.
So many funny scenes in the movie. So say, when the milking scene, how funny is it to do something like that with an actual actress with actual breasts?
They were prosthetic. It
Yeah,
was like
I'm
a
sure they were.
contraption that was built, obviously. But that's actually based on a real thing. Like, that happened to the writer's friend. Like, him and his wife were driving back from a concert, and their pump broke, and he had to milk her on the side of the road.
Oh, no. Oh, because I've had times where my wife has had to go away and do that herself.
Yes.
Obviously,
You never
got
helped.
kids, and that would be the last thing I would do. The last.
Well, if the pump breaks, you might
Yes.
one day. You might have to. You say that now.
Yeah. How would you know, Sean? You make her go in the backyard when she has to do that.
Yeah.
I don't want to see that stuff.
Seth, how much of the scenes, particularly the ones between you and Rose Byrne, how much of that was improvised and how much was scripted? Because it had a very natural feel to it to me.
I mean, yeah, we're very loose with the dialogue. I mean, we have a lot of writers on set, like pitching jokes and stuff like that. But I'd say a fair amount of it was kind of, just said by one of us in the moment. But, so I think, like, the situations are so ridiculous that it helps balance it out by kind of trying to make the dialogue as natural sounding as possible.
Sure.
I really like it how you guys, how Rose was allowed to have her Australian accent in there. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, we thought it'd be really funny, and her character kind of, drinks a lot and is kind of struggling with not partying a lot, and we felt that was something that being Australian might support the idea.
We hear you. Seth.
Yeah,
We hear where you're
absolutely.
coming
I did like Zac Efron in there as well.
Yes.
He plays, he's a hardcore, I guess, jock guy that runs the frat group. And, geez, he's got a sweet rig on him, by the way. He's been working out pretty hard.
I think he drinks milk.
There's
Plenty of protein.
hilarious when you guys are there unpacking at the front of the house and you say, looks like something a gay guy's designed at the lab. It's the funniest
It
line
does,
ever.
yeah. I mean,
yeah.
it's truly bizarre.
Yeah. Hey, have you played it around a lot of frat houses? Because we don't know anything about the
Yes, it's
sort
a
of
bit-
fraternity world here in Australia.
Except
we don't
from the
have it.
movies, yeah.
I don't either, honestly. I'm in Canada.
Yeah.
A, Canada doesn't have a lot of fraternities. B, I didn't go to college, so I have no idea. Everything I know is from movies, basically. So one of our producers, James, was in a fraternity, so we kind of run stuff by him. But it almost doesn't matter, honestly. It's more like if it seems like it would be real in a movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What else are you working on, Seth? What are you up to next? We're always loving every project that you do. So already we're in love with it, but we don't know what it is yet. What are you doing next?
I just made another movie with James Franco.
Yeah.
It's like an action comedy. We play two journalists who get an interview with Kim Jong-un in North Korea.
See, I love it already.
The CIA comes to us and asks us to kill him while we're interviewing him.
Yeah, right. It's awesome.
He's gonna love that movie. Aren't you terrified?
No, Los Angeles is pretty far away from North Korea.
but what if Dennis Rodman comes?
Yeah, I was
for
going
you?
to say, you can ask him a
Exactly,
few
yeah,
questions.
that's our real problem.
Yeah. And you're gonna see Kim Jong-un haircut coming a mile
Yes,
away.
that's it.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's a corker.
All right. We love everything that you do, Seth. Bad Neighbours is a fantastic movie. It's not just the frat house thing. That's what I like about it. It's about,
Family life. Perhaps.
your struggle with becoming parents, which I also enjoy. It's been fantastic to talk to you this morning, Seth. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Cheers.
buddy.
mate.
Bye.
The Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Nathan, Nat and Sean are back on the 16th of January. You're currently listening to their From the Vault podcast, where in 2014, let's roll into a chat the guys had with the Wolf of Wall Street himself, Jordan Belfort.
Oh,
Hey, Jordan.
Firstly, we've watched The Wolf of Wall Street. Oh my God, your life was crazy.
I know.
Jordan, when the book Wolf of Wall Street came out, I remember sitting on a plane with a mate and he was reading it, just freaking out at some of the stuff you got up to. Did you see it at the time? Were you just stuck in this, just the money was coming in, you were just having such a great time, you didn't care about anybody else that you might have affected?
No, that's not true at all. I mean, of course I did. But, what happens is that you get somewhat desensitized to it, and you rationalize it. This is Wall Street. They're rich people. They're not really losing that much, and compared to their net worth. And I'm not saying it's right at all.
Yeah.
I'm trying to explain how it happened, and also, there was this sense that I had that I was doing something wrong. I did feel bad about it, but I was doing so many drugs, and I think that that really contributed to my ability to keep doing it. Even though if I wasn't doing drugs, I probably would have just been too much pressure, too much guilt over it. So ultimately, it really is a shame because 95% of what I was doing was legal, and it's the 5% that destroyed me. And
Yeah.
But again, I guess what the part of the sort of inspirational is that you can make those mistakes, lose everything, and then really start again and become even more successful than you were before, and pay all the money back, which I'm doing right now. We have a huge year, and I just announced a 50-city tour in the United States, where I'm giving 100% of the profits back to investors to wipe out the fine. So it's a pretty exciting time.
Was there anybody around you at the time who was saying, oh, come on, Jordan, this is a bit dodgy what you're doing? Or was that part of the problem, that everybody that was around you was kind of joining in on the fun?
The thing is that if you look at the business, you would never know something was going on that was illegal. Because, again, as I said, it wasn't like a Bernie Madoff thing where there was, didn't exist. The business was legitimate. It was just that we did this one thing where we were flipping stocks. So that was, and it's very hard to see it coming unless you know the business. So ultimately, I really didn't have anybody around. My father was trying to rein us in, but he didn't know we were doing anything illegal.
Yeah, right. Okay.
There's a few things from the movie that I want to know if they happened really, and I'm guessing they all did. But can you talk to me about the you guys in the boat trying to sail to Monaco? Was that real?
Yeah.
Was that real? And can you give me your actual account of that? Because that is crazy.
Well, yeah, we were sailing to Sardinia, not Monaco.
Oh, yeah?
Rome. And, it's true. I took the boat out into a storm because I was high, and I just I feel like I had to move. And we were just it was going to be 10-foot waves. Then all of a sudden, the waves picked up to 50 feet, and then we got hit by a rogue wave, and boom, the boat started to sink, and we had to push the helicopter over the side, and then the Italian Navy came in and rescued us. It was pretty wild.
And was your priority really on that voyage when everything was going crazy to get the Quaaludes? Because that was hilarious.
100%.
Yeah?
100%. I was like, I didn't want to die sober, so I was like, get the loot. Even worse than dying sober is I knew that I'd be stuck in a foreign country for a week, and the thought of a week in a foreign country without Quaaludes was more than I could bear at the time. I'm sober for 17 years now, but before I did get sober, I had drugs on the brain. Every second I was thinking of when my next high is, so I wasn't about to be spending a week in Europe without taking a couple of Quaaludes every day.
Is there any truth to the whole stock market and Wall Street situation from back in those days still around? Because, like, say, in the opening scenes of that movie where that girl in your office was getting $10,000 for you guys to shave her head, then you were hiring little people to throw at big targets. Does an element of that craziness still happen around a lot of money?
Yeah, man, listen, I think it happened. It's just that the level at which we took it to is sort of unprecedented. So, that sort of stuff does happen. That sort of money and that the intensity and the pressure. I think at the end of the day, people want to release, and there you go.
And
I want to go to those Christmas parties.
Yeah.
You want to release, and you've got enough money to make anything happen.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah. Listen, what happens? You make that much money, and you want to just, you feel like this compulsion to make it have some value. Just, money itself doesn't really have that much value to people, and they make it so fast. So people want to find things, and it's just going wild. So we just went wild. We made it during the day it was all work, and at night it was fun.
Wow.
And occasionally you go off at lunchtime and get laid by a hooker. So we had that going for us too.
That sounds like a terrible day's work.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, one of the things was you had 1,000 stockbrokers working for you at any one time. In the movie, it portrayed you getting up and making regular speeches to the troops and like marshalling the guys as a working body together. Is that what you did? And did you find it easy to make those speeches and get the crowd frothing?
Revved up. Mm.
Yeah, well, that's kind of like my gift in the sense is to really motivate, and also, not just motivation, but to actually give people the skill set to achieve. If you just motivate people and you don't give them the skills, the motivation wears off. So the idea was that each day I give a meeting in the morning, and another one in the afternoon. I would teach them, sales skills. How do you close a deal? How do you get into rapport? And then, entrepreneurship skills. How do you build your business? And that's the stuff I teach around the world right now. And I'm coming down to Australia in June and giving these seminars. It's really about entrepreneurship, sales, and persuasion, marketing. But then I mix that with motivation, and together, it's a really, really powerful combination.
Nathan, Nat, and Shaun.
We're absolutely thrilled to have back in the studio Celia Lashlie. She's a researcher and social justice advocate, and she's written a number of books, including, I think, my favourite title of a book ever, He'll Be Okay, Growing Gorgeous Boys into Good Men. Celia, welcome back.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you here, Celia, and I thought I'd jump in straight away because I've got 3 boys.
I know, remember we talked about them before.
Yeah, I think I'm always talking about one in particular, but one in particular lately, we've been having a bit of a go at each other in recent times. I think because I'm the dad and I'm always telling him the rules and regulations, that he's now contesting everything I say to see if I'm wrong. Does that make sense?
How old is he?
He is just turned 8.
Right.
So recently, my background's footy, sport.
Yeah.
And I was talking to him about playing footy last weekend and telling him about a particular rule. Then he wants to argue the fact. Now, he's never played before. This is his first season. Yeah. But he will argue black and blue that I'm wrong. And
even though it's a rule.
And I go through my history with him. I tell him my stats. And
I play my YouTube videos.
I do.
228 games, no helmet.
But it's the kind of thing...
So he's always challenging you.
He will challenge that. He will challenge that from you.
The thing, you won't like this, but the thing, you need to actually shut up. You need to stop telling him about you, because what you're creating is he's your oldest boy, I bet.
No.
Second one.
Middle one, yeah.
Well, what he's doing is he's got to establish himself as different to you, and so now his only way that he's doing it, one, he's doing it to get your attention, because it's lovely when you're focused fully on him and you're arguing with him. He can guarantee that, because you get so into this about your stats and he's not paying attention and I know best. And
yeah, I do.
Yeah, you do. And so he loves it because your eyes are on him. And so you're training him, unwittingly, you're training him to, that's how I get my dad's attention. So stop, whenever, it doesn't mean you can't talk a little bit about it, but just that sense of, that was when I was playing, but and it's a rule, son. And slow up that conversation with him. Like, just, it's a rule. And see if you can do other things with him that it means he doesn't have to keep claiming your attention by arguing with you.
Celia, would it be a little bit different as well, and maybe a little bit sort of harder because Shaun has got this established football career?
Sure.
Everybody at school knows who his dad is.
Yep. Surrounding those boys all the time is your story. So there's 3 boys, and each of them have to pick their way of not being Shaun.
Yeah.
They love you, they want to be with you, but you've set such a high bar for them that actually if one of them's particularly sporty, he'll come up to that and he'll relax into it. But at this stage, they can't do that. So each of them will be picking a way of not kind of proving that they're not you. And you've got a bit of an added burden to actually free them up to be who they are, as opposed to follow in your footsteps, because your profile is so high and every kid they interact with will be reflecting that you're their dad.
Yeah, okay.
So you've got to pull back a bit on
So
that.
what could Shaun do with this particular child? What?
Try and devise some other activity that's not to do with football.
Yeah.
Hang on, we've lost him.
Yeah.
Whoa.
You can't just take him to the TAB.
Something like, even just some little thing, maybe once a week for an hour, you think ahead and think, I'm going to take him on his own to do X.
So say if you like acting classes or something like that, encourage him.
Yeah, or even Macca's,
whatever
or
he wants.
Anything say to him, you get to choose, you get my time for 1 hour a day, 1 hour a week. Just you, no one else, none of the other boys, not your mum, not your sister, and then, but he has to think about what he wants you to do, and just start. So he knows that he's okay, and that you will spend time with him.
Absolutely. I've been thinking about that. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Got to put it into practice now.
So maybe you can go home, let him out of the shed, and have a chat with him.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah.
I know.
He's looking at you like, how did you know he's in the shed?
And let him wear something other than a football jumper.
Where he goes, but he doesn't want to talk about football.
You're listening to Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
We're joined in the studio by Celia Lashlie, who is she is the teenage boy whisperer.
Yep.
Nathan gave her that title, and it's so accurate. You can help parents with some skills to deal with their boys.
Which are a mystery.
Thanks, Celia.
Because I've been through it with Shaun. We were mysteries.
In reflection.
You two might still be mysteries.
Now, Melissa from Currambine, hello.
Hello, how are you?
Hello.
Talk to us about your boy, Melissa.
I have 2 boys,
Yeah.
but the older one, who's 12, turning 13, he, look, both of mine don't seem to have any zest in life.
Yep.
And look, I get concerned because myself and their dad are real go-getters in life, and, we really work hard. And my 2 just do not seem, in particular my older one, he just does not seem to have any, he wants to be an AFL player. Well, he just needs to have some more aspirations in life.
No. How old is he?
He's 12.
And how old's the other fella?
13. He's 10, turning 11.
Great.
So,
okay.
Yeah, so they're quite close together.
They are. You need to stop worrying about their aspirations. He's that's you. That's not him. You've got to think about it. If he's in a household where the parents are go-getters and are moving all the time, just right now, don't panic. This isn't forever. He's 12, turning 13. What's happening for him is he's starting to realise that he's got to make some decisions about life. He's growing up. His body's changing on him. All sorts of things around him, and you're probably talking to him quite a lot about what he needs to be doing, and it must seem, my sense of boys is it must seem huge in that moment of I've got to plan my life. He's 12, he just wants to play on the iPad and play a few video games. So stop with worrying about his future career. He can dream about being an AFL player for the next couple of years, and then either he'll have what it takes or he won't, and he'll start to move his own head out. Your job is to let them be, both of them, and he will be feeling it even more because he's the oldest boy. Decide that there are 2 or 3 things, only no more than 3 things that he has to do as a member of your family, and recognising that he's about to turn 13. Household chores or self-responsibilities. Set those. Set some rewards when he does them, some punishments when he doesn't, usually involving money or time on a computer, and then just let him be. Just relax. This is your I understand it because we all have it, mothers particularly.
Yeah.
Let him go. He's going to be fine. Let me run you forward, 25 years. He's a top lawyer in a law firm making squillions of dollars and he's keeping you in your old age. So just relax.
I like the sound of that.
Good on you, Mel. All right, let's go to Pam in Meadow Springs. Hello.
Good morning.
Hi, Pam. What's going on in your family?
Our 17-year-old son picks on his 6-year-old brother when he can't get his own way.
Right.
Like if I don't have, he helps around the house during the week. He's a good kid, but if I haven't got, if he wants $100 to go out on the weekend with his mates, and I can't give him the $100, well then all hell breaks loose. He picks on his little brother. He takes it out on him. He slams doors, throws things around, and I just give him the money.
And so, so now what you've done is you've taught him that as long as he throws a tantrum, you hand him $100.
Yeah.
I've got a little bit of a challenge for you that actually you shouldn't be giving him any money. He's 17. He needs to go and get a job doing something at Macca's or somewhere if he wants money to go out with his mates. The idea that you hand him $100 sets my blood pressure going through my head.
Should have seen Celia's face when you said it.
And the basic issue is, if I had your boy in front of me, he's 17, so this is not going gently with a 13-year-old. This is pull your head out of your butt and stop being such a little bastard. He's being a sod.
I have spat it with him.
Yeah, no, you know what you want to do now? If you spat it with him, stop. Go silent. Scare the shite out of him.
Yeah.
Stop arguing with him. Have one conversation with him. Rehearse it in your head so that it's short.
Yep.
And basically the message is pull your head out of your backside, you little bugger. These are the rules from here on in, and then stop talking about him and don't even engage with him.
Yep.
But every time he goes near his little brother, you're walking further away from me ever giving you any money.
All right, no worries.
Okay.
Hold hard.
Back with that, Pam.
Thank you.
Oh, Pam, drop him around and get him some application. No, get himself some application forms. Is that right? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't want to get in trouble, Celia.
He wants money. Go get a job.
Yeah.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.